All right. So today I'm going to be introducing the freshman research project and the freshman research paper, which is very crucial for this semester. And I would suggest looking at this playlist as much as possible and coming and seeing me as much as possible and not procrastinating. So I'm going to give you a general overview of where we're going and kind of some of the steps along the way. And if you go and pace yourself correctly, you're going to see that this paper is not a nightmare. It's actually very doable, but you got to be responsible. So what we're shooting for, the end result, is you're going to write a 4 to 5 page typed paper about something related to this course. Part of uh, the requirements here for this paper is maintaining sources, and we're going to work a lot on going to the library and finding books and looking in encyclopedias. So let me just go over the sources here very quickly. There's 5 different sources that you need. You need one primary source. You can find the primary source pretty much anywhere. It can be in a book, online, ebook, through GaleNet. It could be in the textbook. A primary source, as you know, is something that was written at the time. In addition, you need 4 secondary sources. So 4 plus 1 is 5. Math lesson for the day. 2 regular books. You can find these at the OC library. You can find those at your own local library. So 2 just regular books. And then 1 reference volume, a fancy word for an encyclopedia. There is a whole section at the OC library of our reference volumes, but there's also on the website a bunch of reference volumes, and you'll see how to do that through GaleNet. These reference volumes, you just need 1. In addition, you need 1 non-print source, which you can also get through GaleNet. Internet databases on GaleNet like World History in Context, Student Resources in Context, all those are good. You cannot use non-scholarly sources for this, such as Wikipedia, History for Kids, About.com. Those are great to go get background info, but you can't use that as an actual source. Where do we go for the library? To go there, if you're off campus, the password's Oaks Christian, so just use that as well. And here's all the library info. Some great resources, which I'll show you: biography in context, student resources in context, world history in context, etc., etc. Here are the due dates. These may be slightly different, but the first thing you're going to need to do is sign up. Then from there, you're going to go do your first thesis and a question. I'll show you that on a separate video. And your first works cited page with all 5 of these lovely sources. Then after that, you're going to do an outline with an intro paragraph, note cards, which I'll show you, and then you'll revise this original works cited page. You might add something, have to do a change or something like that. Then you're going to do the complete draft. And with the complete draft, you're basically putting your full effort to go and write the best paper possible. Then what you're going to do is I'll go and give you some minor feedback and your final, beautiful before Christmas publication draft that you can go show your parents of how much you learned in history class this year. Okay, a couple nitty-gritty things, but these are really important. These due dates, these due times are at 3:15 outside my door. So if it's 3:16, it's late. You got to be responsible. You have these dates months in advance. Excuse me. So in addition, for this assignment, the complete draft, and this assignment, the publication draft, you got to go through turnitin.com, which I'll show you how to do. For each school day that is late, you get deducted 20%. Also, you cannot use late passes. As it states in the syllabus, you cannot use IO passes. You guys got to be responsible. Hold on to all your papers. These will help you as you go in advance through the project. In addition, there are no broken printers in my class. What I mean by that is you cannot submit something electronically. So say your printer does break, which does happen. I'll show you a way to get around that. The only exception is if you're absent. So if you're absent, you're going to have to go and email to me to let me know. If not, it's going to be considered late, and you'll get docked 20%. Then when you come back from your absence, you give me the hard copy. Just because you get sick the night before is not a valid excuse. You have weeks in between this, so I'm not going to reward you for waiting until the last minute. This, when it comes down to it, this project's worth 20% of your grade, so put full effort. You can't throw it into a day or two. One tip that I have is when you go and you're talking to me, you cannot talk to me the day before it's due. So if it's due on Friday, the last day to talk to me would be Wednesday at 3:15. This is meant to go and encourage you to come see me and for you not to procrastinate. Now, a way to go and get around the last minute stress is go and write the assignments 3 days before they're due in your planner. Go and literally convince yourself that they're due 3 days in advance. That way, if you go and you actually write, oh, this is due Tuesday instead of Friday, that gives you a bit of cushion just in case your printer runs out of ink, in case you have any questions. You got to be responsible. And this is the huge project this year that shows how much do you care about your grade in this course. Here are the, basically, like I said, this tricks you into going and avoiding last minute, printer doesn't work, all that stuff. Here are the point lists. I'll go into more detail. I'll make separate videos on each of these different components of the project. And here are the topics. So the topics here, like I said, don't get your heart set on one. I would narrow it down to like 5 and go and just kind of do a little bit of research, because when you sign up, people are going to go and want to sign up for similar ones as well. So don't get your heart set on one. All of these have more than enough info. Big thing with this project, be responsible, be timely, give yourself advance notice, and come see me. As long as it's not the last minute, I'll totally help you out.